Okay, so we're just continuing this on. So just to recap, what we've done is we got the common denominator between the two denominators, which gave us 12, and then we said 3 goes into 12 4 times, so 4 went on top, and multiplied by what was on top of 3, and then we put in our minus sign because that's what was there, and we said 4 goes into our denominator 3 times, so 3 went on top. Okay, so the 4 is multiplying by this bracket, it's stuck to it, so it multiplies by both terms in the bracket, and the minus 3 is doing the same here. So this will give us 4x plus 8 minus 3x plus 9, be careful of your signs, all over 12, like with like, so that will give us 1x, or x, plus 17, all over 12, and we cannot simplify it further, and all it asks us was to write in its simplest form. It didn't ask us to solve or anything like that, so make sure you don't solve because you will be penalised unless they state to do so. So in its simplest form, which we've done there. So that's our answer. Okay, next question we had to do was, I'll just check. Okay, it was question 9 we had to do next, so factorising. Okay, so this one is a quadratic fraction, or quadratic trinomial. Because we have an x squared, an x, and a number. It starts with x squared, so I can fill in the front of my brackets, and I have to get the factors of 30 that when added or subtracted would give me the middle number, which is 7. So there are my factors of 30. The only ones that would give me 7 would be 3 and 10, so I'm going to pop them in, and I'll check 3x, inside, outside give me 10x, and I want to get plus 7x. And I know because this is a minus anyway, my signs are going to be different, so I'm keeping that in my head anyway. So it's going to be plus 10 minus 3, and there I have factorised. That works perfectly, so that's my answer in the yellow. Hence or otherwise solve that equation. So I don't have to write out the whole thing again. I have x minus 3 and x plus 10 equals 0, so I'm going to solve it. So I pick my first bracket and let it equal 0, so that would be x is equal to 0 plus 3, so x will be equal to 3. My second bracket, let that equal to 0, so x will be equal to 0 minus 10, which is minus 10. So that's my equation solved. Because I had an x squared, x in a number, you could have done minus b formula, but it's very easy to just solve it in the way I've done it. It wasn't a complicated one. There's no need to do your minus b formula. This one here, however, solve the equation in x squared and x and a number to 2 decimal places. Once it says that 2 decimal places, or if it says something like in the form a plus or minus root b, something like that, you know you're going to have to use your minus b formula. So just to recap on how to do our minus b formula. Our a represents the number in front of the x squared, which is 2 in this case. Our b represents the number in front of the x, which is minus 7 in this case, and our c represents the number on its own, so the constant, which is minus 10. We'll always write out our formula, which is in our log tables, to a. Now we're going to fill into our formula, so we're going to have minus b, so it's minus 7, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which put everything into brackets because you know every negative number squared gives you a positive. So don't make that mistake to write minus 49 on the next part. Minus 4 times 2 times minus 10. All over 2 times 2. So minus 7 will give us plus 7, plus or minus the square root of minus 7 all to be squared is 49. Minus 4 by 2 would be minus 8. Minus 8 by minus 10 would be plus 80. All over 4 equals. So we'll have 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 plus 80, which will give us 129. All over 4. So let's get our answers. So I'm just going to bring it up here. We'll do 7 plus root 129 over 4 first, and that'll give us an answer. So it's 2 decimal places, that would be 4.589, so equals 4.589. 0.59. And then if we have to do the second answer, so we'll do 7 minus the square root of 129 divided by 4. That will give us minus 1.0894 and so on. It's 2 decimal places. Make sure you answer exactly how they want it. We'll give us minus 1.09. Okay, and I think that question done. Okay, so this is the final one we had to do. So a sets question. Hopefully you did a bit better on this one this week. A researcher has found old census data about measles, chickenpox and whooping cough among 12-year-old children in a group of 100 children, so that's important to know. Our universal set is 100. So 31 had none of the diseases, so let's pop them on the outside, tick it off. 2 had all 3, tick it off. 2 had measles and chickenpox but not whooping cough, so measles and chickenpox but not whooping cough, so it didn't affect these ones in the middle, because measles and chickenpox without whooping cough would just be in there. So we pop the 2 in there. 6 had whooping cough and chickenpox. Whooping cough and chickenpox. So it didn't say but not measles, so we have to assume that some of them may have had measles. So that would be 6 minus 2, which is 4. And then it says 11 had at least 2 diseases. So from there we would say, just tick this one off as well, sorry. 11 had at least 2 diseases, so that's going to be the people who had at least 2, so they had 2 or 3. It's all them people in there. So 11. So we had 2, 2 and 4, so that was 8 already. So that meant there was 3 more, so they must have had measles and whooping cough. 18 had measles altogether. 40 had chickenpox. And they want us to fill in all that information on the Venn diagram. So from that 18 here, we can figure out that how many had measles only. So we'll have 18 minus 2 plus 2 plus 3. So that'll be 18 minus 7. And that's going to give us 11 people were in there. And 40 had chickenpox. You're going to do that in the exact same way. So it's going to be 40 minus 8. I'm going to add them 3 numbers there, which will give us 32. And then we can find how many people had whooping cough, because we knew altogether that should add up to 100 children. So I'm going to just do it here. So 11 excuse me, plus 2 plus 32 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 31. So 11 plus 2, 32 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 31. So that gives me 85 people. So 100 minus 85 will give me the amount of people that was left with whooping cough, so which would be 15. Okay, so the next problem then it said was find the probability that a child chosen at random from the group had chickenpox. So you have to ask yourself how many of them had chickenpox. So we can see from the data that the amount of them that had chickenpox was just 32 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4. So if I just highlight that, all these people had chickenpox. So if I add them 4 numbers, I will get 40. So 40 had chickenpox. So to get the probability, I put 40 over my total number, which was 100, and simplify, which will give me 2/5. So the probability that somebody chosen at random had chickenpox was 2 over 5. And the table below shows 3 statements written in English set. Notation, complete the table. Okay, so this is just going to run out of time, but I'll just stick it up below this video.